Hello guys, today we're going to read Zack Files, Me and My Mummy. Have fun with these stories. I've never gotten along with other kids. Then I met a kid who was 3,000 years old, and he was one of my nicest kids I ever met. Okay, maybe I'm getting ahead of my story. My name is Zack, and I'm in the first grade at Horace Hideaway School for Boys in New York City. My mom and dad are discovering, and I spend half time with each of them, and the half that I spend with my dad is always when weird stuff happens to me, like the time I'm going to tell you about. Dad had just brought me a new bike for my birthday, a 24-spin mountain bike. It was the coolest thing you ever seen. Well, exactly, you haven't seen it, but if you had, you think it was cool. Anyway, I took it on a pretty long ride in the Central Park. When I came home, Dad said to take my bike down to the basement, and I put it in our storage space. I have to tell you that the basement in our apartment building is one of the 3 creepiest places in the world. Everybody in the building stores junk down there. There are spider webs all over the place. The lights usually aren't working. In winter, the birches make creepier noise, and the kid named Korea in the building told me an old junker died down there, either died or was killed. I forget which. Korea says at night you can sometimes hear his ghost moaning. So anyway, there I was in the basement. I didn't hear the dead jungle moan, but no sooner did I get my bike into the locker than I saw something interesting in the store bin next to ours. It belonged to our neighbors, Mr. Tashi, and one who has all these weird stuff, squirrels and rabbits in her apartment. What I saw in her space was a battered up old wooden box with a funny shape. I thought it was a cause for a bass violin. I've always wanted to learn how to play musical instruments. If Mrs. Chashi had an old bass violin that she wasn't using, maybe she'd let me learn to play it. Sorry, Miss Tashi bin wasn't even locked. I went inside it. Don't ask me why, because it was plenty creepy down in the basement. And once I got inside, I saw the case was different, not for the bass violin. Now that I was up close, I could see that the box was in the shape of the body. Don't ask me why, but I decided to open it. It was tough to get the cover of the body-shaped box. Once I did, I wished I had it. It was too dark in the basement to see much, but it was light enough to see what was inside the case. It wasn't a bass violin. It looked like a human body, not a very big human body, about my size and completely wrapped in curly old badges from head to toe. Suddenly, I knew what I was looking at. had just opened a mummy case, and underneath all those crazy old badges was a real live mummy, actually a real dead mummy. The thought made my skin crawl, but as I creeped out, as I was also pretty interested. I didn't smell all bad as I thought it would. It smelled a little like dried hair. I leaned close to get a good look at the mummy. That was when it moved its arm, completely freaked out and screamed, and slammed the cover. Okay. I screamed and slammed the cover of my mummy case. Then I got the heck out of there. I didn't even wait for the elevator. I ran up the stairs screaming the whole way up. Chapter 2.